So we're at Division 3 Weapons in Osteen, Florida, and who walks in but Mr. Galil Hub himself, Austin Lee. Man, I've never met you.
Yeah, it's great to meet you.
But I follow you on Facebook. Actually, I comment quite often on your content, and I like Galils. This is my first year kind of learning about Galils. Like I did a review on Galil Ace, I think, for a company not too long ago. So I'd kind of educate myself a little bit about it. But for people who don't follow you, and you better follow him when we're done with this interview, because he's got a lot of cool stuff here. Tell us how you got interested in this rifle platform.
All right, right on, man. Yeah, where I first got into the Galils was a movie called Way of the Gun with Benicio del Toro in it. And it was the first time, and I'm being a big fan of the Galil platform. Whenever I first saw that movie and he just dumps his whole magazine trying to cut this room in half, I just knew instantly I needed one of those, you know. And I went from having a huge infatuation with the AK platform to jumping on to one Galil. And the first one I bought was a total limit. You know, it was built very poor quality, and I had to work my way backwards through that entire build, you know, being a welder by day and a fabricator by day for the past 11 years. You know, I kind of worked my own magic, and working with Rocco here in Division 3 helped me a little bit along the way.
Cool.
So
for people who may not be familiar with the Galil platform, just a little bit of background on how they came to be.
On how the platform itself?
How did the Galil come to be?
So the original Galil was built by Yisraeli Galili. His original last name was Balashnikov.
What?
Balashnikov.
Like Kalashnikov with a B?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes, sir. And whenever he changed his name, he changed it to Galili. I guess at the time, all of the Jews were doing that on that side, changing their name to more European sounding last names. And I actually thought that was a joke myself too, but it was later confirmed by a friend of Galili's that's in the industry that knew him. He was quite the showman, but he was also quite the gunsmith. And the way that he designed these guns was he took the basic assault rifles of the day, which was the Finnish Valmet, which had a huge play in it. A little from the FAL.
Which was kind of an AK knockoff, right? That Finnish gun?
Yeah, some will say that the Finnish Valmet is the best produced AK in the world. And that's a very arguable case for anyone, I think. They did a milled and a stamped version back in the day in 308, 5.56, 7.62 by 39, all the calibers.
Right.
He took a Type 3 captured Russian Soviet AK, which is where they based most of their dimensions from. And then, you know, he used the M16 platform to get the caliber. He derived the magazine locking lugs on a original M16 magazine. If you look up the Balashnikov rifle, there is a rifle that you'll see, which was the original prototype, his rifle. And then it moved into later being the Galil series. Rifles.
Can you show us what you got here and point out some features of this rifle?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I have here is this is a South African variant, because just like with the Israelis, they were helping out the South Africans, and the South Africans got the license to start producing their own versions. So one of the more rare, uncommon variants is called the R6. The variants that you shot today were the SARs, correct?
Right. Yeah.
So they were similar to this. They had a 13-inch
barrel. A little bit longer barrel, yeah.
This is an 11-inch barrel with a little shorter gas system that I custom did many, many years ago, built on a Tatort receiver with all the South African parts, including original South African gas block that I could source at the time to make this complete South African R6 build.
So one thing you're talking about the gas block and the action that the Galils are known to have. I'm just going to say an improved gas system over the AKs. Is that correct?
Yes, what they do different is a chamber on the piston there that really helps align that piston as it goes through the gas tube. That's one of the major improvements of the piston itself that makes it run better.
Cool. And obviously, when you look at a Galil and compare it to an AK, one of the first things you notice is this charging handle here that sticks up, which, in my opinion, is pretty cool because you can palm it from here instead of having to sort of reach around and activate. The first time I shot a Galil, that's one of the first things I really appreciated about this. So this is a finished piece. You aren't going to do anything else to it?
No, yeah, man. This gun I'm actually running. I've already put well over 1,000 rounds downrange with this gun just over the time I've had it. But right now we're fixing to do this match in March in Texas called the Lethal Weapons match, where it's all retro guns.
Oh, I love it.
So
Lethal Weapons match.
Lethal Weapons match, yeah. So I'm going to be running this. So right down the road, I do all of my target, and I have a little place set up for me to shoot, and this is what I'm going to be running. So I've been getting her dialed in, and
that's cool.
Ready to rock. Well,
I met you on the internet, on Instagram.
Yeah, man.
You got a good following there. Tell people where they can find you.
On Instagram at Galil Hub, and on YouTube at Galil Hub.
Yeah.
Galil _Hub.
Galil _Hub, right?
Yeah.
A lot of great information. If you've never had the opportunity to explore the world of a Galil, I think you're definitely missing out. The first time I shot one, I was like, oh, it was like a whole new world to me. I just started learning about AKs, and a definite improvement on the AK. I'll just call it an improvement on the AK with the Galil. Of course, this is a specialized variant. The Galils that you find for sale out there on the wall of your gun shop, what are they? Are they worth buying?
Man, you really got to watch who the manufacturer was, who built the kit. There are a lot of things that you got to watch for, especially with the original Galils. I know it's easy to get excited. I did it myself in the beginning, and I paid for it the hard way, but it also made me fall in love with the platform, and now I have many of these in many different variants and hardly any AKs.
So is this your go-to rifle?
Yeah, it is right now.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm training for a match or anything like that, that's all I'm running until.
Awesome. Well, I shoot a little two-gun. I shoot some Renegade matches. I've always run an AR platform. We do have one guy that shows up with some retro rifles, some stuff, pretty cool stuff. And I don't think he showed up with a Galil yet, but I'll have to encourage him to do that as well. I'm definitely going to explore my interest in Galils. I appreciate that. Check out Galil Hub. It's Galil Hub on Instagram, Galil _Hub on YouTube as well, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. Glad we hooked up today.
Yeah. Thank you.
You bet.